Hey guys, welcome back to the internet. Are you ready for more drama? No, you're not? Too bad. We're jumping right into it today. This week we've got...
Boycott Roblox, now!
Give me all the money.
I love Roblox.
Welcome to Trash Pickins, the place where we pick apart trashy media and weird shit that happens on the internet. And as you've guessed it, this week we're diving into Schlep and the drama with Roblox, into the predator-catching niche of YouTube and many other streaming platforms. We're not going to be spending this video debating whether or not YouTube's sting operations are good or bad. There's some creators like Alex Rosen who have many arrests by doing this, and then there's some that have also received critique like Vitaly, who people claim are doing it more for a spectacle. We're not here to address the larger question of vigilantism. Today we're specifically focusing on Schlep and how Roblox does not like him.
Though I will admit, I am a big fan of predator catching videos, and thank you, Skater Jean, I love you. Thank you for introducing me to the community.
First, we're going to talk about who is Schlep and how did he end up getting sued by Roblox. 2, why exactly is Roblox so upset, bro? Did Schlep actually do something wrong and did he deserve this? And 3, we're going to dive into the backlash that Roblox has received from the way that they reacted to this situation. And don't get me wrong, there is a lot of backlash. And big bonus, stick around because we'll actually be infiltrating some of the Roblox servers where many protests have taken place.
Bruh.
All right, let's get picking.
Today's deep dive, Schlep gets banned by Roblox.
All right, so let's start from the beginning. Who is Schlep? Schlep is a YouTuber who carved a niche into what we call the predator catching community. Content revolves around setting up sting operations specifically meant to catch adults who allegedly are trying inappropriate contact with minors. Many of these predator catcher content creators have their own shtick, and Schlep's shtick is specifically that he works on Roblox. You like that, Schlep shtick? He poses as an underage player in the Roblox chat, records the conversations, and then confronts or exposes these adults who are allegedly trying to have these inappropriate conversations. And his channel gained traction pretty fast because Roblox has, for a long time, had a lot of criticism about how they don't really keep their younger player base safe. Schlep kind of positioned himself as somebody who is filling that hole within the Roblox community. Some of his most popular videos include breakdowns of the direct chats that he has with these alleged predators, where he narrates the exchanges and shows exactly how these individuals will speak, what their intent is, and how ultimately he exposes them for who they are. He often frames his videos with a mix of commentary and screenshots and receipts, showing things like chat logs, usernames, and he also shows the steps that he takes in order to report them. Schlep has also said that the work he's done has actually led to some arrests. Pretty cool, man. He claimed that with a lot of the evidence that he's been able to collect, he handed it over to law enforcement, which ultimately led to 6 arrests. This mix of vigilante justice, internet drama, and child safety is kind of what made his channel blow up so quickly. Not just because the Roblox community was interested in watching these, but also the parents and people who know that their children are engaged with this platform and have been interested for a long time about what goes on the darker side. And yes, I know the predator catching community does not like the term vigilantism. I'm sorry, that's just kind of how the internet lumps you together. Okay, so the big question, why did Roblox come after Schlep? Isn't he doing something good for the community? I mean, you'd think. At the beginning of August of 2025, Schlep actually received a cease and desist letter from Roblox. The letter accused him of violating the platform's terms of service and engaging in activities that they said could actually harm their community, rather than protect them, which is what he wanted to do. Specifically, if you read this letter, Roblox argued that Schlep was
staging or encountering child endangerment conversations for the sake of making content, doxing or exposing private information of users, including those who may not have been confirmed as predators, and ultimately undermining Roblox's official reporting system by running his own independent stings instead of routing everything through their own moderation tools.
The letter went further, claiming that his videos created a dangerous precedent that impersonating children and publicizing these types of interactions could encourage copycat and may put minors in a greater risk and ultimately interfere with real law enforcement's ability to capture actual predators. So if you watch predator catching videos at all, you know that this is something that predator catchers always have to deal with. One of the biggest critiques they almost all receive is that their work is just for content and it gets in the way of real law enforcement. And like I said at the beginning of this video, I think this is a very complicated thing. I totally agree that certain topics in our society shouldn't be sensationalized just for views and clicks and content. But I also don't think you can deny, like I said, people like Alex Rosen have actually gotten many arrests. And there may be something to spreading awareness. From the early days when I was growing up, TV shows like Chris Hansen's To Catch a Predator, I guess maybe where you say the father of all this started, was kind of the only exposure we had to things like this. Now there's a big handful of YouTube channels and live streams where you can actually watch this sort of content. It's kind of interesting to see a widespread normalization of condemning these types of individuals and ultimately pushing to protect minors from inappropriate conversations and people with bad intentions. So all in all, Roblox wasn't just saying,
You broke our rules, Schlep.
they were saying,
Your methods, Schlep, are endangering our community.
and as you can guess, Schlep definitely pushed back against this by insisting that he always passed along his evidence to both Roblox and law enforcement. And he claims that he feels like the platform only went after him simply because his videos make Roblox look bad and kind of make Roblox look like it's a playground for predators. Okay, so here's the most interesting part for me. In response to all of this, obviously Roblox banned Schlep. And now he's no longer allowed on their platform. And this almost immediately created a backlash from the entire community. And not just the predator catching community, but Roblox's community, which is mostly made up of children. Streamers like Gideon and Moist Critical rallied to his defense, criticizing Roblox for punishing someone who's actually exposing a real problem. And one of my favorite parts, Roblox players have actually decided to protest and boycott the platform. And the hashtag Free Schlep has now popped up across the internet. I'm sure you've seen it. Some of these YouTubers have even quit Roblox's Video Star program in protest, claiming that the company is protecting predators and cares less about children. Because ultimately, they believe this is allegedly only about making money, which I don't think is an unfair interpretation. And no, it doesn't stop there. The protest moved beyond the screen and even into politics. A Change.org petition calling for the CEO of Roblox to resign popped up and gathered over 100,000 signatures. And even politicians like Representative Ro Khanna called for greater transparency on the situation and backed Schlep. And even daddy of predator catching videos, Chris Hansen, said that he wanted to do a documentary special on Roblox inspired by the situation with Schlep. So like I said, one of the most interesting parts for me is that protests have actually popped up in-game in Roblox. Because nothing says fuck you Roblox like logging into Roblox and just typing you in chat, right? But anyway, I thought it would be fun if we actually all jumped in and joined a Roblox protest. I created my own Roblox account and I jumped in and figured out how it works. For anyone who hasn't played Roblox, which is good for you, Roblox is basically a game that young children use, and it's a bunch of user-created games. It's like hundreds of user-created games, and you can jump into different servers and kind of roleplay and do dumb things. I don't know. So a lot of creators have actually created their own worlds that you can join in order to specifically protest. Let's go together and check it out.
So here you can see all of the different Schlep games in Roblox that users have made. I picked the most popular one and of course entered. And here's my little yellow dude with no clothes. So I just ran down to the protest. I was just so ecstatic to see notable figures at the protest, like Dr. House himself, spinning girl in the air, man dressed as a chicken named Steak, and actual tiny chick. There wasn't much to do at the protest other than to look at the graphics in support of Schlep and watch a bunch of users scream nonstop. I tried to ask them why they're using the phrase free Schlep as he's not in jail and he's just banned. And luckily for me, Poopy Muncher aptly answered and said,
Why would we not free him?
So I was done with that server, on to the next one. This next one I thought was even stranger. It was Schlep's funeral. Again, I don't know why they're acting like he's dead. And since it's a funeral, you know, I have to be respectful. I don't think the family knows me, so I decided to sit in the back at first to get a sense of what was going on. Behind his casket was the cease and desist letter, which I couldn't frickin' read because there was just so many people jumping in front of my face. Apparently, Schlep's family and children are here. I tried to talk to her, but I just found that creepy. Oh wait, is that Dr. House again? Is Dr. House a big fan of Schlep? So yeah, that's pretty much all there is to do in these Roblox online protests, not to mention the fact that, as some of the users even pointed out, a lot of these games are taking donations, and it's not really clear if the money's even going to Schlep or if the creator of the game is just pocketing it. Either way, whatever. Let's get out of here.
So, as silly as all of that just was, what do we make of all of this? On one side, you have a creator who built a very legitimate platform that is addressing and exposing something that many people agree is a very serious problem: predators using video games in order to target children. On the other side, you have Roblox, a billion-dollar company that insists that vigilante tactics only make their community more dangerous. But underneath the headlines, the controversy ultimately highlights a bigger question. When platforms fail to protect their users, specifically kids, who should step in to fill the gap? Should it be creators? Should it be the community? Should it be law enforcement? And how do we manage the blurred line between justice and spectacle? And in this case, perhaps safety and risk? No matter where you land, one thing is clear. Roblox's choice to ban Schlep didn't make this situation go away. In fact, it amplified it. More people than ever are now asking these hard questions. And we're starting to confront how safe the internet and things like Roblox actually are for the younger generation. And ultimately, whether companies can be trusted to protect them. Until we can collectively answer those questions, stories like this just aren't going away. But I think it's great that we're talking about it, and I don't think we should stop until we actually find the answer. So I hope you learned something. At the very least, maybe now you want to join a Roblox protest? Either way, like and subscribe. Thanks for tuning in, and I'll catch you next time.